This is my code setting up the dynamic anim control. Specifically, this method right here creates the dynamic anim control with that method that gets overridden by the ogre skeleton class, which is a child to this agent skeleton class. You can see it's overridden to create this dynamic anim control. First, to get a baseline of how many models should work in the game, comment that all out so we're not using dynamic anim control. And spawn in at least 60 of them with no frame rate drop. There, it's capped at 60 frames per second. The frame rate doesn't drop below there with 60 of them. So that's the baseline with no dynamic anim control. Next, we will have an enabled dynamic anim control. Now I have to spawn them in smaller quantities so they don't lag the game out because they all overlap in the same location. That's the type of frame rate drop I expect to happen when they have all the physics bodies overlapping. Then they get pushed apart by the movement system so they're not overlapping anymore. Spawn in another 15, so we're at 30 ogres. This is whenever I start to see the frame rate drop a bit. They're all spread out now, and when looking at them, the frame rate's down to 20, but strangely, if I turn the screen away, it goes back to 60, as if there's some type of frustrum calling going on. Look back at them, goes back down, and that seems like a strange frame rate drop. To show the way I expect it to drop with the physics bodies overlapping, if I break line of sight, they will all respawn back at the same spot on top of each other. And this is the expected physics load going on here. All of them about 30 with like 12 bone links each. And the frame rate still drops when I look away. So that's how I expect it to work, but it will still do the same thing once they're spread out. It takes a second for them all to separate with the lag. Now that they're spread out, they're not overlapping, causing the physics lag, but they're still causing some type of GPU lag or frame rate lag related to looking at them.